Welcome back to the morning show on XL7 TV. It's time for This Week in Real Estate with Bob Zdora of Century 21 LeMac Realty, the Z Team. 870-405-0793 is their number. RetiredArkansas.net is their website. And Mr. Zdora, how are you, sir?
I'm great, sir.
Been a good week?
It has been a good week. Weather's been good. A little fall in the air.
At our ages, we're just glad that
We're
we
glad
can
we
start on
did
a
another
Monday and
week.
end on a
Yeah,
Sunday.
that's right. Sometimes that's the case too.
Yeah.
But we spoke to a number of nice people today. People, getting information on the area. Making plans. They're trying to figure out where we're going to go. What are we going to do? I think that we'll see some. I think we'll see some activity from Florida.
I would bet.
Yeah. I think that there'll be people that are like, I'm just not going to go through this again.
Right. Before we get into all that exciting
Sure.
stuff, let's talk about your website for a moment.
Yes.
RetiredArkansas.net.
Yes, sir.
How often do the MLS listings on that website, how often are they updated?
They're updated like every 15 minutes, I think it is.
So it's linked to some
It's linked.
service.
Yeah, we're linked to Paragon, which is the MLS service here in North Central Arkansas for the North Central Board, and we're linked to that. And so when they make a change, it's on there. So you shouldn't find something that. Occasionally, we'll find stuff when we're looking for stuff. We'll find something like that isn't right. Sometimes things slip through, but for the 99% of the stuff, it's going to be current within a few minutes.
So walk me through the process. You come to my house, we list it, get it on the market. From that point of signing the listing agreement to your website or through Paragon, how much time lapse are we looking?
Day, two maybe. Kind of depends on how quickly it takes the girls in the office to
At which
input.
office?
At our Century 21.
Okay.
When they get the listings, all the paperwork gets together, the pictures and all the things. Because sometimes it takes a little bit. Sometimes if we're going to get something droned or if we're going to use a different photographer, there may be a little lapse in between the time you sign the contract and the time it actually is going to come to be on the market. Girls put the information into the forms that got to get done. It hits that and it hits Paragon, and it's like almost instantaneously from that.
So once all the paperwork, all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, the pictures are submitted, from that point to live on the MLS listings, you're looking maximum 48 hours.
Generally, there's going to be a few outliers, but generally that's a pretty good number, yeah.
So when people go to Paragon and in that thing, like you say, it will change on your website every 15 to 20 minutes.
Yes.
New listings
Things come up,
going under
there's
contract,
price change, whatever it may be, yeah.
and that's way, way different than what it used to be.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I guess they used to. I'm after the books, but I guess they used to have books that they used to.
I can tell you all
print.
about the books.
Yeah. Okay. So that ship has sailed, thank God, and it's better now. There's other systems that also work. We use BlackRock for our Paragon system here. There's also a Carmel's system, and they're more of a statewide system. And Linda, we pay for that so that we can put homes on there as well. So agents looking in Little Rock may be looking for a house up here. Well, if it was just Paragon, they couldn't get on there to find them. Now you can find them. You can find them on Realtor, those types of things. But you're not getting quite the same information. You're not getting all the back of the house information on Realtor that you're getting on either Paragon or on Carmel's. And so we put all of our listings on both systems, so agents from any place can find those listings. We do everything we can possibly do to get your house out there in front of eyes. We do. In Century 21, I think it's like 400 different websites they use that it automatically, once it leaves our office, to go to the North Central Board computer, it also goes to Century 21, who sends it out every place else. So there's a lot of bang for the buck with Century 21, and that's one of the reasons that we've stayed there, and we've been a lot of our success is due to that. The branding, that nationwide branding, makes a big difference for people who are in other areas. If you're in Virginia and somebody mentioned Mountain Home or Bull Shoals, and they start to look for real estate, that Century 21 stands out. You know, they go, well, okay, and if nothing else, if something goes desperately wrong with this, I can call New Jersey, and they'll get it, they'll make it right. And you don't always have that, you know, so that's a big deal.
I guess the importance of why I wanted to talk about that and how quick it was and how fast the things changed is because we've had a catastrophic storm in South Florida.
Yes, sir.
We've had a big storm that normally doesn't hit the inland portions of South Carolina. So there are going to be some people that are looking, like you said earlier, I'm not going to deal with another storm. I don't want to deal with the floodwaters. I don't want to. Yes, it's nice down here, 365, but you know, I can deal with a little bit of snow and I can deal with a little bit of, of different things. But people get so hung up on going to Trillia and to Zillow, and that becomes their game book. That's not a good book. It's not a good book. No. If you're going to be surfing the net and if you want to check out real estate in our area or even in other areas, let's face it, we don't get everybody to move here. Go to a realtor.com or go to retiredarkansas.net. Go to a specific website. Go to a Century 21 website.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And then narrow it down from there if you want to. But don't rely on Trilogy or what is it?
Trulia
or Zillow.
Zillow, right.
They're clickbait.
That's all it is.
They're getting ad paid for. But go to a local website.
And the president of Zillow, he put his house in there to get what they call a Zestimate, which is their estimate of what they think your house should be worth. And he was way off. And he said he owns the place, and his was wrong. So people try to use those as kind of a base to see, well, okay, our house is worth about this much money, and that, you know, here, trying to use it from here. And we haven't, the past year we have had enough input into there to get somewhere in the ballpark, but you're not even on the first baseline or the, you know, or a specific fielding position using that as a tool. That's just not a good way to do that. And I'll talk to people, and well, yeah, we've got some land that we're trying to sell, and we're this and that, and my stepfather said that it's worth this much money. I'm like, really? Where do you get that number from? Oh, well, he's been looking. Where's he been looking? Because wherever he's looking in the wrong place, because I've got everything that's sold. And I can't tell you, listed's different, but what is actually sold, what someone's willing to pay for land from 1 to 10 acres within so many miles of town, on a road, whatever the criteria was. And I'll send them all to you. They're nowhere near where you are. And then I ever heard back since. And I tell them, I says, you know, I'm not saying that somebody's not going to say, oh, yeah, I can get you that. I said, but they can't.
Right.
They can't.
And you're doing nothing but wasting time.
Exactly.
But you question Uncle Zeb, see?
That's right. That's what I don't, you know, it's and I tell people, and I tell you, this isn't Bob Zdora doing this. That's what this thing tells me what the market is willing to do. And that's what it's all about. It's what the market's willing to do. What individual agents say they can or can't do doesn't matter. The market, what someone is willing to pay for a property similar to yours, that's what it's based on. And we get that with the comps, with the appraisers and stuff. You know, same thing.
Speaking of which, let's look at some numbers.
We can do that. It came right up. Look at that. For the right date, too. This week in real estate, there were 55 new listings came on the market, 2 commercial properties, 13 parcels of land, 40 homes came on the market, ranging in price from $65,000 to $779,000. There were 46 sales, 1 commercial property, 7 parcels of land, 38 homes sold. They ranged in price from $67,000 to $620,000. The average sale price this week was $243,000 with 77 days on market. So, again, crunching that time. A total of $9.2 million in residential real estate closed this past week. 27 homes had price changes, and currently we're at 253 homes listed on the MLS. So that's up some from last week. That's a good thing. Year to date for this year, there's been 926 homes have sold for $204 million. The average sale price this year is $220,000 with 81 days on market. Last year, there had been 984 homes that sold for $194 million. The average sale price last year was $198 with 89 days on market. So I'm sure that by next week we'll be over 1,000 homes for last year, and that was just the way it was. We were doing things, we were moving along swimmingly until the G decided that people were having too much fun, decided to pull the plug on the party. And not just in real estate, I mean in everything, because it does affect everything. The interest rates are starting to drag the economy. Briefly on the interest rates, where we at? Oh, we're good. The rates were like 6.7. We were talking a little bit about the adjustable rate mortgages coming back. And I know a lot of people were concerned because of the fiasco in 2008. It's not quite the same product. It's not the same product that it was then. The banks are much more in tune with people's financial situation. In 2008, if you could fog a mirror, you got a loan. These are set up. There's no teaser rates in the beginning where you were only paying the interest for so long. These are set up in a much more adult-like fashion, shall we say?
Responsible fashion.
Responsible, yeah, because not all adults are. You're right, but they're set up on 3-year, 5-year, and they're up to 10 years on some of them. So I mean, there'll be some change in the next 10 years, and then people will do their best to try to refinance them and either have better jobs, whatever the situation may be. There's also, with the VA loans, if you have a VA loan and you're going to sell, those are assumable at the rate that you're at for another veteran, and there's ways for other people to be able to take that loan on. So if you have a VA loan and you're thinking about selling, I'm going to tell you to get a hold of a Chris Nassari or somebody like that who does these all the time. He lives with these things, and find out what you've got to do to transfer. Because if your loan's assumable and you're at a 3.5% or 4% mortgage and you've got to go, you've got something that's changed in your life and you got to go. Being able to put that into listing, saying this has an assumable rate loan for a veteran, it's a win-win for everybody.
Yeah, that's a marketable piece right there.
So that's a marketable piece right there. So there's, things can be kind of foggy, but life goes on. People are still having babies. People are still getting married. Life is changing in the job market and stuff.
What's going on outside the real estate world with the Z team? Turkey Trot?
Turkey Trot's coming up in next week, not this week, but next week. We'll have a booth out there. We'll be... We've been going there for a long time, actually. That's a fun time.
Yeah.
We have a good time with that.
There'll be no birds dropped out of airplanes. Frozen or otherwise.
Or otherwise. That's right. That's right. That's true. And all those, they kill the party. Well, if a bird comes out of a plane, it will kill the party. That'll be the end of that.
Yeah.
So.
But it is a good party.
Oh, it is. It is. And there's good bands, and you see the kids, and a lot of people use it as a family reunion. A lot of people use it to get together, and that's their big event. The hotels and VRBOs and stuff, they'll all be jammed.
Starts Friday next
Starts
week?
Friday. It starts on Friday, right? And Friday and Saturday.
The 14th and 15th of October.
Two-day event. And I know that Saturday is the Hillbilly Chili Cook-Off in Bull Shoals. So you can go there, eat a little bit, and then come out to...
Come get dessert at Yellville.
Come and get dessert in Yellville, right. Get some stuff that's fried. Get some good food. Stuff that's fried.
Some good fried food. And we're not talking fish.
No.
Maybe turkey legs.
Turkey legs?
How do we get you?
You call my honey. Call my honey. She's at 870-405-0793. The website, as we were talking about, that's retiredtoarkansas.net. All the cameras are on there. There's a bunch of local information. Obviously, all the listings are on there for not just Century 21 and not just ours. The whole MLS is on our website. So, but give my honey a call. 870-405-0793.
That's Bob Zdora. This week in real estate, the Z team.
Go Bombers.
Go Bombers, exactly right. Bombers will play
Tonight.
Friday night. Yep, Friday night. Friday night football.
Yes, sir.
Give them a call at 870-405-0793, retiredarkansas.net. Thanks for joining us. We'll be back with Friday Morning Sports in just a bit.